ONANI versus KATEEV. This middleweight super match is going to be a clash of similar styles. Both ONANI and KATEEV are masters of transitioning a hook into a dead wrist press. While ONANI catches and defends, KATEEV is known for his explosive attack in a deep hook. After a war of attrition, I think KATEEV should take the win. NUGAR versus PEDRO Maraharinth. These 100 kg monsters are a force to be reckoned with in their weight class. PEDRO has beaten names like John Brzenk, Johan Prudnik, Revaz Lutidze, David Dadikyan, Alex Kurdecha and Rustam Babayev with his infallible hook, whereas Chekadze has top-rolled Krasimir Kostadinov in last year's European Championship. Chekadze's short liver may fall victim to PEDRO's inside game, hence PEDRO shall be the winner in this one. Leonidas Arona versus Aleksandar Baziaskov. Schoolboy is returning to the supermatch format after a long time. Leonidas was a no match for Aleksandar's left hand 3 years back, but since then, this bodybuilder cum arm wrestler has come a long way. My pick is Schoolboy for this one. Mindaugas Tarasius versus Artur Makarov. Anything can happen when two of the most versatile arm wrestlers collide in a right arm world title super match. After beating Daniel Prokopchik, Mindaugas seems unstoppable, but Makarov is definitely an immovable force. I choose Artur Makarov for this one. Sandra Chedis versus Ibraim Sagov. Uncle Todd had a real hard time with this hook monster from Chechnya in East vs West 9, though Sandra Chedis is equally impressive with his hooking prowess. My vote goes to Sandris for this one. Fia Resik versus Katarina Nisha. Fia collided with a mountain in the form of Rosa Maria in East vs West 10 and crushed her with confidence. This time she is aiming for the world title against a beauty that can bend arms like a beast. Nikisheva is coming for it and she's my pick for this one. Michael Todd versus Frank Lamparelli. Monster in Michael is aiming for the greatest comeback in the history of the sport, and Frank is head over heels after his terrific win against Matt Mask. I give this one to Michael for the sake of sheer preferential treatment. David Samushia versus Nurdalat Aidarkhan. Samushia is going to create history by defending his title for the 8th time in a row. Nurdalat Aidarkhan is prepared to dethrone this welterweight king and Samushia is loving it on the top. I choose David Samushia. Arsen Liliev versus Brandon Elsri. Due to the unavailability of Liliev, Engen has to come up with another world champion for Brandon Elsri, and it is Stoyan Golomanov. Brandon Elsri is hungry for an East vs West win, and all of a sudden his opponent is changed. I pick experience over youth and bet on Golomanov. Irakli Zirakashvili versus Sasho Andreev. Sasho has just entered the elite class of arm wrestlers who've beaten John, and Irakli is hungry for a title after beating Paul Lynn in a dominant fashion in East vs West 11. It's hard to bet against a Georgian who trains with Levan. I go with Irakli for this one. Georgi Svetkov versus Alex Kurdecha. Almost 400 kg of arm wrestling force on the table, and we are ready for the East vs West stage to erupt like a volcano. Georgi is prepared for a battle and Alex is ready to give him one. This super heavyweight rumble is going to be a roller coaster, and I am going with Svetkov for this one. Hermes Gasparini versus Alizan Muratov. Muratov eat champions for breakfast, and Hermes has vowed to bring the belt back in Italy. Will Hermes prove himself to be worthy of becoming the #1 contender, or Alizan devour another elite with his left? My winner is Alizan Muratov. Engin's love for the sport and his fans resulted in one more addition to the card. Tobias Sporrong vs Kamil Jablonski, left arm super heavyweight match. This is probably going to be the most loved wildcard ever. My pick is Kamil for this one. Devon vs Levan Saginaashvili. The greatest rematch in the history of sport must not be predicted by us mere mortals. Let's leave this decision in the hands of the greatest soothsayer of them all, the Fate. If you like my content and love arm wrestling, then like, share and subscribe. Keep healthy, keep hustling. This is Nitin Vats signing off.